7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm like, well, holy shit, that was crazy. Wait for it. Thick and slick.
How was practice for you?
It was okay. I didn't ride that good. Just struggled a little bit on the track. A little bit like not a clutch issue, but it's weird. My clutch was like slipping. There's not that much time on it. I'm not hard on the clutch, so it's weird. It kind of like slipped, literally for like a lap or two, and then it like got back to like normal. So we're gonna go change it. It felt good at the end of the first practice. I'm like, oh, I think it's probably fine. There's something weird, and then did it that practice too. So little issue with that, but nothing crazy.
Where'd you land overall?
I don't even know. I was like 15th or so that practice, I think.
So top 20. So bad day for Chiz. Still better day than A-Race.
It's still normal. I don't like the qualifying. I don't really care. As long as I'd rather just feel good on the bike than really care about where I am. So yeah, I felt better the second one. We'll get the little clutch thing straightened out. Made a little suspension adjustment. Nothing crazy. Like that's with sag. Sensors a little bit. Nothing big. But felt better the second one. It's just we were just talking about before, but the track's super fun. Like I like this track, but not to like knock down on like the track prep, whatever. But like,
let it all out, baby.
It's hot and dry. I know that. But like they're just watering. It's just muddy all day long.
Yeah.
It's like just let the track be good. If it's a little bit dry in places, who cares? They like want no, and I don't know. I'm speaking with my own assumptions, but it's like they want no dust, no nothing. But like some of the jump faces are just like concrete. But they're watering them, so there's no dust. And it's just slick as crap. You know? What is
the face of Godzilla like? Because I see them watering it
that
all the time.
That one's not as bad because the dirt's like a little softer.
Okay.
Like the big tabletop in the middle.
Yeah.
It's literally meant to be paved, meant to be concrete, and they're just soaking it all the time.
Awesome.
It's like, not that it's that big of a deal, not like you're turning or anything off, but like, just the mentality, like it's wet everywhere. There's nowhere that the track is like, oh, the dirt's really good right there, or it's a little dry.
Yeah.
It's just wet. And you watch before practice, they're just going around the water truck, water everywhere. I'm like, it's just, I don't say they don't know what they're doing, but it's like, have you ever, clearly they don't ride, like, they don't know what a good track condition is. It's just, they're probably looking for TV and stuff. So
Sweet.
That's what they care about. But by the moto time, usually it sucks. It might start out kind of muddy, but they can't water it while we're out there.
Yeah.
They used to back in the day. They used to do that. But nowadays they don't do it. And so usually by halfway through the moto it'll get decent.
Yeah.
But what sucks is like when it's wet like that, you can't like move around the track. You're kind of like stuck sliding and just nothing develops. It kind of changes every lap.
Yeah.
It doesn't let the track really develop. So then it's muddy and the lines suck. Like I watched before that practice, and they're out there smoothing stuff out because the ruts just suck. They're just squiggly.
Yep.
All the lines go into one. So then they're out there bulldozing it over, and it's like you're having to do that because you didn't prep right to begin with. Now there's no lines, and now it's just muddy again. Like, refreshing. So, off of my complaining, same for everybody, but I just wish they would prep a little better because the track is super fun.
Yeah.
It's an awesome facility, track, everything. It's like, just don't overdo it for the race. Like, just prep it normal. Just let the track develop.
Yep.
And they just want to overdo it, I feel like, sometimes. So, hopefully for the motos it's good. Like I said, they get it dried out a little bit, get some lines going, it should be good. But yeah, so got the qualifying, trying to get a decent start in the first moto and actually figure it out.
Chisel Chiz, right?
I'll try. I'll try. That's
cool. Awesome, man. All right, Jace Kessler. How'd qualifying go for you, bud?
Qualifying went good. First qualifying session, I think I was 16th, and track was pretty good. They didn't till it quite as deep, so it was pretty slick on the base, but overall it was good. First one just was learning the track, getting it down. Tried to throw down a couple of heaters at the end, but then second session it looked like everybody was running about the same, so tried to lower. I think I lowered it like a second, which put me about the same spot. So overall I think we're 16th going into motos, and not where I wanted to be. I want to be closer to the top 10, but we're taking it and not too far back there, so I think we're still getting a pretty good gate pick overall. So I'm just looking forward to the motos. I've never been a qualifying guy. ready to hammer down into motos and get her done. So we're looking forward to it.
And how's the track shaping up? Do you think it's going to be one line? Do you think it's going to be some multiple lines? What are you thinking?
I think this will be pretty good, honestly. I think there should be a lot of lines, a lot of passing options. It seems like this year they haven't been doing the tracks quite as deep, so in a way it makes it a little harder, but in another way it makes it a lot more lines, a lot easier to pass. So there's pros and cons to both of it, but I think it should be pretty good, shape up good. Looks like it'll get a little harder towards the end of the day.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Feels good, man. I mean, felt pretty good. I think I ended up 29th in qualifying overall, which isn't exactly my best. But hey, I mean, it gets me in. Honestly, I'm a racer, so, when the gate drops, use the expression, gate drops, the bullshit stops.
Yes.
That's when it counts, and that's when I lay it down, that's when it matters, and that's when I do my best work, so.
Yep. What do you think of the track? How's it developing?
Interesting. And honestly, ever since I've been here probably twice before, and it's super deep every time. So it's not quite as deep. It's actually a lot more shallow, but there's where there's not lines, it's really slippery. It's like I don't really know how to. It's almost like a wet putty type of deal. But where there's sawdust and stuff like that, it's super nice. Track's forming up good. I personally really like this track, so I think it'll be a good day for us.
Did you hear Dylan on the podium there?
No.
He basically told all these track crews to quit those fucking wood chips in the track because it sucks. I mean, he literally stopped his interview and was like, I just want to take a second while I got TV time to tell these track crews to put those fucking wood chips in the track. And I was like, oh my god, that's awesome.
Well, I mean, listen, it's all fun and games until you get one of them, cutting him. Because I had probably 2 rounds. I know one of them was high point, where it's from the roof, from the wood, some of the wood just starting to cut into you a little. So you gotta be a little careful with that kind of stuff. Get a little mulch tapping.
Whatever.
So, but honestly, man, I mean, like I said, for me, qualifying's not my strongest thing.
Yeah.
So the fact that we are able to just be in there and have a decent spot, not have to worry about doing anything for an LCQ. I don't belong there. I'm top 20 guy consistently. Now I'm getting in close to the top 15. I should not be worrying about going into that kind of thing. But still good overall. Made a couple of suspension adjustments. Probably gonna make some more. Honestly, just with how the track has changed and how it's continuing to change so much, it really makes it hard because it's not like it's consistent dirt all the way around.
Yeah.
It's very different in 4 or 5 different ways as far as the dirt makeup, so it makes you stay on your toes, and you kind of have to find a happy medium, for unplugged the wrong one. Yeah, you unplugged the fan. But you kind of have to find a happy medium. There's no really perfect setup right now.
Yeah.
Just because you have everything from kind of muddy, almost sawdust, to everything from that to super hard and rocky base to I mean, hell, where they put the new section right at the finish line, where they it looked like they just ripped into the dirt, and it's nice. It's nice dirt. It's just get really rough really fast. So, but it'll make for good racing, and listen, man, I'm raring for that top 15, man. I've gotten too close too many times now.
Well, got a couple more dudes didn't show up this week. We're getting a little thinner, so it should be good.
Listen, man, all you got, listen. Regardless, people are oh, whatever. Guys are they're out. That's why you're up in the top 15. Well, at the end of the day, I mean, in the second round, I was doing.
You're top 20. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to diss you. I'm sorry. Don't take that the wrong way.
I'm top 20 guy, but
yes.
at the end of the day, they're still out. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
on the black and white, I'm here.
You're here.
I'm here.
War of attrition. You made it through. They did.
Exactly. Listen, bro. I mean,
All you gotta do is get a start, man.
we're gonna get this beautiful machine up there.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show. We are on episode 179. Little different episode here. As you can see, we are actually driving. We are on our way home from the Ironman National. We were down there hanging out in the pits, checking in with everyone that we knew, meeting some new people. So it was cool. It was a good time. That race, it's definitely, the track is really cool looking. The spectating is pretty decent, I would say. Like, it's obviously Redbud holds a special place in our hearts because it is our local track and we're there all the time and we kind of know where to stand and where not to stand and all this stuff like that, right? But down there, we definitely we found our way around. It wasn't too terrible, and there was definitely places that you could view a good majority of the track, we'll say. So
well, the last time I was there was 2015, and things have changed a little bit. So yeah,
yes.
It's not the same. It's not the same anymore.
I would say it's definitely not Redbud where you can see basically like half the track, depending upon where you stand. But it's not too bad. It's not like you're only seeing one section. So, but anyway, so headed home, and we're gonna get started with this show here because we're just not gonna get together for a show tomorrow like we normally would. So this show will be a little bit shorter, as you can tell. We are basically filming this on a GoPro that's hooked to the dash at this point, so bear with us. Sorry if this isn't quite the quality you're looking for, but this is what we got. It is what it is, and it's what we're doing, so deal with it. If you don't like it, we'll see you next week for a normal show.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of remembering, spitballing, because we don't actually have live results. We don't know where everybody finished for the day, because today, like Travis said, was very, very hectic. We're doing a lot of running around, a lot of talking to a lot of different people all over the pits. So yeah, we're not gonna be on top of our game on this one if we ever are actually on top of our game.
No, like we haven't watched the broadcast. There are some things that we've seen and we know that you probably didn't see on the broadcast. So we'll try to fill you guys in on those with people that we talked to and things that we did. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So before we get started, I want to thank our sponsors. So first off, our presenting sponsors, we want to thank, to start with, Premier Custom Trailers. If you need any sort of trailer, commercial, residential, any of that stuff, my new trailer should be here. It's here. It's at the shop. They're working on my air conditioner, a couple other things. So I should have that hopefully this week. So make sure to look them up, premiercustomtrailers.com, located in Schoolcraft, Michigan. TLR Coatings, been with us since the beginning as always. My personal company that I own for powder coating, Cerakoting, vapor blasting. We can pretty much do all that for you, so make sure to check us out, tlrcoatings.com, or the easiest way is to go to like Instagram and search us at TLR Coatings, because that is where I post all of the stuff for that. Also want to thank Justin's employer, BC.Pizza, for being on board with us. Gourmet pizzas and junk. So if you're in the Plainwell, Otsego, Allegan, Kalamazoo area, Michigan, you can check them out. They also have some other locations, so check them out, BC.Pizza. They have some decent food. I've only had breadsticks, dude. Okay?
I gotta keep bringing you a pizza.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You're dropping the ball on it.
That's what I do. I drop the ball.
Also want to thank some other sponsors that are with us. So our newest sponsor, Alias Sport, want to thank them. CBD Pain Balm and their CBD Chill Oil. I'm actually going to use some of that chill oil when I get home tonight so that I can pass the fuck out and sleep.
I'm gonna need some pain balm for my shoulders because they're hurting right now.
I gave you some, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I'm gonna need to use it. You gave me all that stuff. I'm gonna need not the regular one. I'm gonna need the double pain balm because my shoulder, especially the one that I screwed up years ago, is killing me right now.
So anyway, make sure to check them out, aliasports.com. Also on board with us now, Coach Rob is on board with us with Complete Racing Solutions. So check them out. I believe it's CompleteRacingSolutions.com. I don't know. I don't have anything in front of me, and he hasn't given me a read yet, so I don't really have that. But they can help you out anything from actual training for moto, off the bike training stuff, to just if you want to lose some weight or be more physically fit or healthy.
Better your life.
Better your life. So, and then also want to thank, oh boy,
the Dirt Bike Depot.
The Dirt Bike Depot. Good call. Good call. The Dirt Bike Depot and JT Cycles on board with us, helping us out with prizes for the fantasy show. If you want to help us out monetarily, there are all sorts of links in the description to Amazon stuff, Patreon, and the biggest way you can do it is just like, subscribe, or comment down below, because that helps us out with the algorithm, and then we can get some more YouTube videos and YouTube can pay us that way. It would be awesome. So thank you for tuning in. If you're listening on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, or Google Podcasts, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Sorry if the audio quality, like I said, isn't quite up to par. We are filming this on a GoPro on our way home. So,
Yes.
all right. I think that was everybody.
Yes.
Follow us on all the major social media networks: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Check out our fantasy show on Thursdays.
Check out our
Fridays,
fantasy show on Fridays usually. We got a couple more of those here before the end of the year, so make sure to check those out. We will be doing shows in the off season, just so everyone knows.
We have a silly season show that's going to be big.
Sorry, it's been a long day. We will be doing shows. We just will not be doing them every single week like we are during the season right here. So keep an eye out for those. We've got some big ideas in the works for doing some of those. There's going to be some things that are going to be controversial. There's going to be some things that aren't going to be controversial. We're going to have some riders on. We're going to do what we can with what we got, and it should be pretty good. But like I said, not every week. Maybe like every other week, every few weeks. It depends.
Yeah, the off season is obviously always tough because once again, like Travis said, there's obviously racing isn't going on every weekend. This year will be a little bit different, maybe because there's going to be some off season races, but it's kind of like that transition time, especially in the winter time. You know, it's a weird time in Michigan, so it's not always the easiest to get together all the time.
Yep. So, and we go through the holiday season, all that crap too. So.
But we'll also have our normal preview show for Supercross. I know that's ways down the road, but just letting you guys know that hasn't changed. So we're doing all the normal stuff that we do every year before Supercross.
Yep. So before we get started, okay, so we had quite the lineup that we were going to do for post-race interviews.
Oh, yeah.
However, today it was with the heat index well into the triple digits, so it was hot, it was humid, people were dropping left and right. So first person up we were going to talk to was Jace Kessler, Michigan native. He's been killing it in his rookie debut in the 450 class. He is a true rookie too, just went pro.
He's a true privateer too.
True privateer too. Him and his dad in a box van, just traveling the country. But anyway, he first moto, super good, 13th. Second moto, and this is something that you will not see on the broadcast and probably won't know unless you listen to us or read his Instagram. Got disqualified the second moto. Story went. Pause. Okay, anyway, coming back to it. So Jace Kessler, sorry, that was privateer hero Kevin Moranz, who we'll get to in a second here. Jace Kessler, disqualified from the second moto, went to the line, realized he had two right side gloves. His dad asked somebody at the gate, I guess, hey, can I go run back and get his gloves? Took off on his bike, grabbed his gloves, came back, and
Jeff Van Canfield told him, nope, you're DQ, can't ride.
Yep. So not a great way to end the day. Kind of a bullshit rule. Like, I mean,
let's just have a little bit more communication. How about we tell...
just a mistake on his part. Simple, easy, you know, we'll call it a rookie mistake, I guess, for lack of a better term. But yeah, just kind of one of those things that's like, you probably we could have not done that. I mean, top placing privateer in the first moto, and then the second moto, you just tell him, yeah, you can't ride because you forgot your fucking glove. Cool. So, anyway, so we were going to interview him, obviously, with that being the way his day ended. You know, we didn't really force that. And to be honest, all these guys that we were supposed to talk to, that we ended up not talking to, none of it was them.
It's kind of our decision.
I was going to say, I read the room, and we, even though we are a podcast, and they are professional athletes, and if I ask them to, they should do it. I know what it's like, and I'm sure a lot of you out there watching know what it's like to be a rider and have a shitty end to your day, and not really be in the mood to talk. So, yeah, we get the information, we'll translate the information to you guys for these first few, but that's pretty much it. Again, we didn't force it, and it wasn't them telling us no. So
we might have Jace on before or after ball.
Yeah, Jace will probably be on at some point in the real near future. So anyway, next person we were supposed to talk to was friend of the show and a guy we had on the show not too long ago, number 441, Scott Meshey. He ended up having an asthma attack, right?
Yes.
So he has a specific kind of asthma and the medication he is supposed to take is not legal in WADA's terms. It is a performance-enhancing drug. So even after going through attorneys, and Doc Wagner has signed off on him, and other doctors have signed off, and who else did they say? Because there was somebody else they talked to.
Somebody else from the Alpine Stars Medical.
Yeah. So there's multiple people that have told USADA. That's it.
Yeah, USADA.
Right? Yeah,
USADA now, not WADA.
Yeah, they have told USADA like, hey, he really needs this for his for actual medical purposes for himself. They will not okay it, so he chooses to chance it and ride without it. And this is the second week and the second moto that he has had issues with it. So he got to go to the Alpine Stars Medical Unit and try not to die.
Yeah, and for anybody out there that whether you have asthma or you've had heat exhaustion, like Travis said, it was well in the triple digits today. We were standing right there, rode up, didn't see anything wrong with him, kind of thinking, okay, he just he's tired, he's pulling off, maybe a bike issue. Goes over to the A-Stars rig, and it doesn't look good.
Yep.
Anybody that's ever had asthma or heat exhaustion, you know that is nothing to mess around with. So at that point, we're not going to go too into detail talking about after the race. It's just one of those things you're kind of looking, going, is it worth finishing out the series? Because it's more at that point, it's your health.
Yep.
Do you really want to do it? And yeah, it's like I said, we're not going to go too far into detail on that because we're not going to go into Scott's personal life, but it's one of those things you just kind of looking more, hey dude, we just want you to be alive. This racing thing, it's short term. Being alive, that's like, you got to look at your health, and yeah.
Yep. So anyway, he was another one we were supposed to interview. Obviously, with the issues he had going on, again, we weren't going to force an interview on him. So we talked to him. We got the info like we just portrayed to you, and that's pretty much what was going on with him. Next person we were supposed to talk to is recent addition to the show, and that would be the number 11 privateer hero, Kyle Chisholm. He had a good day. He was what, 11:11?
No, 11:10.
11:10.
Because he passed AP like 10 minutes ago.
So 11:10 in the moto. So great day for Chiz. Basically, he was pretty fried after the motos, so he was trying to just get body temperature down and everything.
And go home.
We were pretty fried after the motos, so we kind of waited around a little bit, and then we just said, screw this, we're just leaving because we've been out there all day also. I know, real professional journalist, but whatever, it's fine. Call me whatever you want. I don't care. This is a side gig for fun for me. We try to act as professional as we can, but whatever. So anyway, but needless to say, good day for him. We did talk to him throughout the day. He wasn't exactly having the best day in his opinion, but still better than A-Ray, so I guess.
Yeah.
Oh man. So anyway, but yeah, overall, like a decent day for Chiz there, and he will definitely be back on the show with us. Last person we were going to talk to would be Privateer Hero, making his triumphant return to the outdoors after a shoulder injury in what's it called? Atlanta. Mr. Kevin Moranz. So we spent most of the day hanging out around him. Rough start to the day. He had some issues with concussion protocol. He did not get some certain things done that he was supposed to have done before he came. So there was a lot of running around and trying to get that done so that he could race today. He did manage to get that all handled. He did race, and we actually have an interview with him. So 3, 2, 1, here's the interview with Kev, wrapping up his race day.
Or are you gonna just want me to talk?
So 21-17 for 19th overall, I think is what it was today.
Indeed.
Not a bad comeback, buddy.
Not too shabby. I'm not disappointed with it. I was disappointed, honestly. I told myself I'm going out there to have fun, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I haven't done a race, a legit race like this in 4 months. Coming off a shoulder injury, rehab, all that situation. I didn't know where I stacked up. And I told myself just come out here, have fun, whatnot. Go P1 in B qualifying, which is sick, by like over a second, I think, or something like that. Yeah. So felt good. Had all my drama this morning. Got that out of the way, and then just said, whatever it is, it is. And then when you get 21st in a moto,
you're not the happiest camper because you just suffered to come back to get 21st and get nothing out of it.
Yep.
And then didn't get a very good start, honestly, in that last one, but just rode way smoother.
What happened with the start?
I slid a little bit because they watered the spots, and my dad didn't have the best shoes on. He had like normal shoes, not boots.
Yeah.
So he couldn't edge in to get under the slick shit.
Yep.
Stuff. And so yeah, so just rode better, ended up 17th, 19th overall. That's one hell of a way to come back, I'd have to say.
I mean, a top 20 in the
First
450
ever,
class.
first ever
450,
450
yep.
race, outdoors.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not disappointed, but we got a lot more in the tank. I think California, I'm sure a couple of these guys aren't even going to go out there, so I bet it's going to look good for me.
Yep.
As long as we stay on 2 wheels and keep going.
Hell yeah. All right. Cool, man. Great weekend.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, so another great interview there by privateer hero Kevin Moranz. Make sure to go check him out. We do sponsor him, so our logo is on the bike and the jersey. So anyway, all right, so moving on, talking about the races here. So 250 class, Jet Lawrence, baby, golden jet, golden jet. Get my jet shirt. Get my jet shirt. Pull the jet shirts out, baby. No, just pull the jet shirts out. Oh, Jesus. Got some signed Jet Lawrence shirts today. Hell yeah, there we are. Golden Jet. Golden Jet. Man, what a day for Jet though. 1-1 on the day. Wasn't he P1 in qualifying too?
He was P1 in qualifying, the first untimed by 3 seconds, and then the second one was by a second.
Yeah. But he killed it all day. There was no stopping him, man.
Well.
Oh boy, here we go.
No.
Here comes the haterade. We're sick of the haterade already. Hold on.
You can't really say that because the first moto was getting very, very spicy.
With who?
With J-Mart.
Oh yeah.
I was about to say, like, you can't say that.
Okay, I'll give you that.
J-Mart was faster that first moto. There's no denying that. But
Hold on.
What?
I'll go 85% J-Mart was faster.
Well, 85% is still 85%.
Because J-Mart put a charge in, got right up next to him for like a lap and a half, and then Jet did stretch it back out a little bit before J-Mart crashed.
But did you see why though he stretched it out on though?
No.
Had nothing to do with Jet pulled away from him when they were already in the lappers in the woods.
Yeah.
And J-Mart was railing the outside, and Jet was kind of staying the inside and pivoting out of the corner. And right as J-Mart came out of the corner, a lapper was literally right in front of him. So that's where he lost toe. And then a lap later, and we didn't get to see it where we were.
Yeah.
J-Mart went cartwheeling, and we've been told that it was another risk, same risk probably.
Yep.
So no, like, who knows? Maybe Jet still would have won the moto. I'm just going off of what I was looking at. Jet out front, where J-Mart was, how many seconds a lap he was gaining on him, because he was getting like 1.5 seconds a lap on him consistently. Who knows? We don't know, because obviously we didn't get to see the end of it. It's just, it was one of those things that it just sucks because it was going to be a really good battle, and then J-Mart, did what he did, and yeah, Jet just kind of slowly pulled away.
1-1 though on the day, man.
Yeah, it was good.
Has like, what, 10-point lead, something close to that at this point, so.
Yeah, I think so.
So great day, and now we're going into Paula, where he has rode before and is good, and then Hangtown, where he has rode before, just not for a pro race.
Yeah.
So this, man, he could win it. He could win it.
He really could. He really could. I mean, Justin Cooper, look, Jay Coop has got some issues going on right now, and he melted today.
He did. He melted. He melted to 4th in the first moto, and was still like that first moto. If it was a little longer, who was coming? There was somebody coming that was going to get him.
Masterpool was catching him.
Yes.
And actually, Fortner passed Masterpool on the last lap, so Fortner and Masterpool
could have both got him there.
Jay Coop.
It was getting sketchy. Second moto, got 3rd, right?
No, he got 4th because it went.
No, he went
Jet, RJ, Joe. He went 4-4.
I thought RJ was 4th.
No, RJ passed Joe, remember?
So
unless he went down.
So 4-4 for 3rd overall, though. So yeah, and like I said, relinquish the points lead. About 10-point difference now. Again, we're on the road here, so we don't have all the stuff pulled up.
Well, it was 3 going into the first moto.
Yes.
So.
And now it's So anyway, So rough day for Jay Coop. We'll see if he rebounds for Paula next week. I mean, in my opinion, he just melted today. He didn't look good all day.
No.
He wasn't fastest qualifier, which is strange because he usually
He
gets
wasn't
that.
second. He was 3rd.
Yeah. So it might have just been an off day for him. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe next week
Like, he just needs to win.
Yep.
Like, before going in, and we talked about this after the Buds race, like, it was one of those things, like, if Jay Coopy's winning the first moto, but then has bad second motos, and Jet does good, it was about a point a race. Now, Jay Cooper just has one objective, and he just needs to go out and win.
Yep.
Like, I know that that's not easy, but, like, him going to the races now, he just win. That's his only goal.
Yep.
Win. Like, if you don't win, it's over with.
Yep.
So,
rough day for Star Racing because Jay Coop loses the points lead. J-Mar goes out with an injury, and the rookie sensation Levi Kitchen
he's having a great second moto.
gets 11th in the first moto, running great in the second moto.
Getting ready to pass RJ.
Getting ready to pass RJ for fourth. Not sure what happened, whether it was a vent hose in the wrong spot, gas cap came off, don't really know. Apparently, according to his Instagram post, got gas on his balls and in his eyes.
Not good, folks. Not a good combination.
Not a great combination.
Race gas is very, very potent.
For anyone who doesn't have balls, really hurts when you get gas on them. just that fun. Or for anyone who hasn't done that, really hurts. Also hurts if it goes in your butt crack. Personal experience on that one too. So anyway, yeah. So rough day for Kitchen there. Rough day for Star Racing.
Jared Fry, I think, is bad. I mean, he had a good. I don't know what Jared Fry got the first moto. He was doing it the second moto, but once again, it's one of those things that, like, both motos were very chaotic. There was a lot going on.
Yes.
And it was just hard to keep track. So, Jared Fry, I know, had a good second moto. I don't know what he placed, but all in all, yes, it was a very, very rough day for Star Racing.
Yep. Now let's talk about the triumphant return for the Gas team. Michael Mosman holding down the flag there, and I thought it was a great day for him.
Third place the first moto.
Yep.
And reeling in Joe at the end of that first moto. Yeah, we kind of talked about this on Friday night when we were doing our fantasy picks, and Mosman hit a 0, and we kind of would go, well, it's his first race back. It's going to be 1,000 degrees out. Probably not the best race to come back to.
Yep.
We were dumb. We were wrong. And even the second moto came from outside the top 20 and inside the top 10. Yeah, no, Mosman, it really sucks how his year has gone because he has been very impressive when things have been going right for him, I would say. I mean, he's been one of those guys that you kind of look and go, yeah, I could have seen him been in top 5 of the points had he not had his issues this year.
Yep.
Because he's been fast. Kind of like RJ. Like, really fast at times, and then just, you don't know what he's doing.
Speaking of RJ Hampshire,
yeah, he'd be
lone guy holding down for the Husky team in both 250s and 450s. The only Husky rider here, and completely zapped himself that second moto.
Oh, God.
He was literally dying on the mule as they were driving him back to the truck. It was bad.
Yeah, he rolled up on the mule, and he had a wet towel over his face, and he was leaning over, and his mechanic pretty much had to keep falling off the mule.
Yeah.
He was holding him up.
So hopefully he's okay, recovers, comes back strong next week. But yeah, it was bad. That's just one of the ways that you know it's hot. When a Florida guy who trains in Florida is having issues.
Yeah,
so.
it was bad, and RJ just continues to bewilder the hell out of me how he can do what he did the first moto and then just be like an animal the second moto.
Yep.
Like, I don't...
first moto was start. He went down on the start.
Yeah, but like, even when he started working his way through the pack, he stalled out 15 minutes in, and it's like, I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Rough day. Hopefully he's okay, gets all recovered for next week. Moving on to Pro Circuit. So, Austin Fortner was basically invisible to me most of the day.
Well, the first moto was really good.
Yeah, but there wasn't... I mean, where did he finish the first moto? Do you remember?
He passed Time Master Pool literally right before the finish for 5th.
Okay, so 5th is good. Don't get me wrong, 5th is good, but there was nothing overly impressive about it. There was nothing that really caught my eye. Like, the first moto is completely invisible to me. The second moto, I was watching him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because who was right behind? Bolin?
Yes.
On the second moto?
Yes.
So the second moto was slightly better. He was at least kind of doing something that was impressing me, I guess, or something that caught my eye. But just kind of a so-so day, I would say, for Fortner. But also on his team, Joe Schmoda, 2-2, and battling.
Joe was killing it. Joe had a very good day. Like I said, he capitalized on the misfortune that was J-Mart in the first moto by getting second when J-Mart went down, but Joe led the second moto for a little bit, and then even after Jet got around him, Joe kept him honest for a good 10 minutes. Yep. And then obviously Jet started rolling away and, shit like that, but Joe for not knowing after what he did the second moto Unilla when he smacked his forearm or smacked his hand or whatever he did, and then to go to Budds Creek and have a up and down day, yeah. Joe's just kind of being that really consistent guy. You kind of sometimes forget that, like, this is only his, well, it's really only his first full year.
Yeah.
Because he didn't do Supercross his rookie year.
Yep.
So, Joe's just, yeah, he's having a great year, man. Very impressive.
Yep. Anybody else 250 wise we want to talk about here?
Ty Masterpool.
Ty Masterpool did have a killer day.
Ty Masterpool,
Yeah.
top 10 both motos.
Killing it.
Killing it on that AEO gas. Get that kid another factory ride, man. Because I tell you what, you put him on a factory ride, I don't care what it is, and he's gonna be top 5, no problem.
All right, something I want to talk about. Speaking of factory rides, Max Bolin.
I was about to say, I knew that's where you're going.
Blows up another bike.
Grenades a bike the second moto with like what, 5 minutes to go?
So there we are now. We've at least, and this is just what I know of, 3 bikes that that have been grenaded.
Yep.
And from what I understand, this is a KTM issue.
Yep.
Roger's not happy.
Well, they haven't had a factory KTM 250 squad in a very long time.
So it has been that long.
Well, Justin Hill was the last one, and that was like 2016. It's quite a while.
It's been less than that.
No, who? Marv and Jay Hill were the last 2 guys to be factory KTM.
Yeah, maybe that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it had to be 16.
16 was, because Marv was 2015.
Was it 17?
No.
We've had 17 went to Troy Lee KTM.
I'm talking about like factory Red Bull KTM
Yes.
250. Yeah, the last time was Jay Hill.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, yeah, so not good. That'll be interesting to hear this week if there's any scuttlebutt or rumors going on about that, because the last time that they blew one up in Paula in the first race, actually, then we heard that they actually blew one up in practice also.
Yep, the only other ones, Bar Suzuki had a good day. Dylan Schwartz, Preston Kilroy.
Yep.
Top 10 both motos for both of those guys.
Yep.
Kind of linked up with each other, both motos actually, which was a little weird. Can't really think of anybody outside of that. Mumford had a good day, top 10 both motos.
Yep.
That bike is very, very slow.
Yes, it is.
Very, very slow.
For as good as the HRCs are. Oh, Hunter Lawrence.
Oh, God.
Terrible day.
I don't even.
There's issues there. We don't know what's going on. We're going to have to do some digging and find out.
Yeah.
But there's definitely issues there.
Hunter's got some issues going on, and
Yep.
it is not good. I mean, anybody that watched the broadcast, like, Hunter is not an 11th, 12th place guy, and then you just watch him, he just looks like that bike is just controlling him. It's not the other way around. So,
Yep.
I don't know what's going on with him, but it ain't good. It ain't good. It's not good.
All right, let's move on to 450s here. 450 class. I mean, Kenny, Dylan, and Eli.
Yeah.
Were on it that first moto. That was a great battle. And when they got Kenny, we all kind of thought the same thing as normal. Oh shit, here goes Kenny, like he'll fade away. He did not. They
No.
stayed within 2 seconds of each other, basically.
He stayed with the marking distance. Like I said to you, I kind of thought when he zapped him, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, Dylan's
Yeah.
only 2 seconds up the road. He's going to put a charge on. And then he kept close. And then when they got into lappers, Dylan was like, nah, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Like, I'm just going to wick it up now. And Dylan did Dylan things. And, yeah, that, I don't know, man. Like, once again, it comes back to the whole Eli thing. Like, I don't understand how he can't find this intensity every weekend.
Yep.
Like, I don't get it.
Good first moto and a good second moto from him. Wins the second moto.
Yeah, and we kind of found some things out about Dylan that, you know, may have big C, little V.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Maybe.
He supposedly wasn't feeling good. The big C, little V is definitely going around the pits. We've got Ansty out, Marv out.
Yep.
Who else?
Well, Dino has EBV, but it doesn't
Supposedly.
yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Dino's out with a disease. Is that it?
As far as the 450 class, yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So it's definitely working its way around, and there's some scuttlebutt that he may have it.
Yep.
But we're not sure. So we'll see. But man, he rode good today. Where did he end up that second moto? Second?
Dylan? Yeah.
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 So
Dylan got
second, he kind of just he put in a little bit of a charge, I felt like, mid to late, second moto in 450s, and then just kind of went, yeah, I'm not catching Tomac. Tomac was on that second moto.
Well, yeah, and I also feel like he's like, well, I don't really need to beat him anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Kenny went 3-4.
Yeah, because Chase was chasing that.
3-4. Sexton did get third in the second moto, but Kenny 3-4. I thought it was a good day for Kenny. For all of us who thought he wasn't going to go more than 2 rounds in the outdoors, he'd melt when it got hot. I mean, this is 2 hot rounds in a row.
Yes.
And he was in the top 5. In normal year, that would be fine, but when you have a year like Dylan's having, it's not.
No.
It doesn't make it happen. So, not a bad day for Kenny, I would say. Not great, but not bad. It's terrible. It's terrible. Let's see here. Let's move on to Cooper Webb.
He got a factory ignition.
Apparently.
They gave him his factory parts
He gave
back.
his factory parts back. Shout out Johnny Hopper, coming on the show next week. Anyway, second moto, he hole shots.
Leads for, actually,
Hole shots, gets past.
then passes Dylan
Then
back.
passes Dylan back.
Yep.
And leads for...
I don't know, it was like 10, 12 minutes maybe.
Yeah,
it was a
something like
while.
that. It was a while. He was leading before Tomac finally got him, and he was still charging at the end. We were standing on the straightaway with the finish line, right where the next jump was that you went over after the finish line, the wall that the guys kind of pushed into before they went by the mechanics area, and he was still pushing as hard into that wall as Eli was. Everyone else was just kind of like rolling over it basically, including like Ken and stuff. But Coop was still all the way through the moto pushing into that thing. So I don't know what they've done to that bike, but it's better apparently.
Yeah.
And he's riding better. So
yeah, I mean, you know, we kind of was like, what Cooper Webb's going to show up, the same guy that has the same intensity for Supercross. You kind of know, well, I'll get into that, but like the difference between Supercross and outdoors, what it means to certain guys, teams, whatever. And let's be honest with you, the year has not been great for Cooper. He's had like brilliant times for like 15 minutes, and then, like I've said before, I just think that mentally he is not comfortable going that fast for that long on a 450, and it shows. Well, no better way to end the year, though. I understand it's the end of the year, some guys are out, but still, man, like a confidence thing. And then we're going into his house as far as Supercross, so it's like, if he can end the year, be top 3 every moto, maybe get a moto win, maybe get an overall just by being consistent, like, that's a good way to end the season for him. It really is, considering up to this point, he really has not been in the conversation of Sexton, Barsha, AP, Eli, Kenny, Frenchie. Like, that's not, he hasn't been in that conversation. So.
nope. So for him to get up there, stick his nose in, good on him.
Yep.
Who else?
Cody Schock.
Cody Schock.
Privateer hero.
Privateer hero, man.
And the word on the street going around the pits is that no matter what team he's on next year, he is going to be getting, I guess, Brayton-esque help. He's going to be getting Honda factory parts.
Yep.
We just don't know what team, but he's going to be getting Honda factory parts. That's the word on the street.
100%. So
he deserves it.
Yep, that'll be cool to see that. He's doing really well, so it'll be interesting to watch him going forward here and see how things work out.
Joey Savacci that first moto.
See, I didn't notice him that much, so
He was running 5th for.
He did a hole shot. I saw that.
Yeah, he was running 5th for a good 20 minutes the first moto. Dropped off a little bit after the 20-minute mark. I don't really know what happened. I don't think he made any mistakes. I think just once again it was hot. I think he ended up 7th the first moto, and then top. I don't know what he ended up the second moto. He was running top 10. Great weekend for him. Once again, like, just keep showing why he should be re-signed with whoever. He just deserves a ride for next year.
Yep, pretty much.
How about Heartthrob? That second moto, Heartthrob, Brandon Hartraft.
I didn't notice him either.
He was like 8th the second moto.
But because I was watching Kev and then watching the front, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
So there wasn't, in my opinion, that second moto, there wasn't like a ton of battles.
Yeah.
That like kept it. The track to me didn't lend super well to racing today.
Oh, we can even get into that.
Yeah, so it wasn't great. There wasn't a ton of passing, so I was watching very specific things, and that was pretty much it. What else with the 450s?
I mean, Privateers right now.
Yeah, Privateers are loving it because there's so many dudes not there that it's making it better for them to kind of get up and get some of these results, which is great. Helps build their confidence up, and yeah, makes things better for them. At least they can make some money.
Yeah, well, okay.
We're not getting started on that.
Yeah.
That's all we're saying about it. Right now.
Privateers, I mean, you had Chiz, you had Rod Bell, you had, you know, Privateer Kevin Moranz, Scott Meshey, Grant Harlan, Tyler Steepak, you know, Rod Bell, Jeremy Hand, Grant Harlan. I mean, it was just Privateer Central from like 10th to 20th. So, yeah, it's, Privateers, like, they're, you know, I understand there's a lot of factory guys out right now, and that's the name of the game, like war of attrition, but yeah, if any time it's time for the Privateers to start making their name, and they're doing it.
Yep, sure are. So, anything else with 450s that you can think of?
No,
I say I haven't had any podcast relating to it because obviously we're just on the drive home. I haven't looked at results. We haven't watched the broadcast, so I'm lacking in stuff here at this point. They did have the first amateur combine this weekend, or the East Amateur Combine.
I didn't know.
You didn't know?
I didn't know that.
Times?
I didn't know that.
So that was kind of interesting to watch. Chance Hymas was definitely class of the field there.
By the way, Chance Hymas, anybody, it's not Chase Hymas.
Yeah.
Rob Midas. Chance, not Chase.
Maybe learn his name there, bud.
Jeez.
Pretty simple. It's Chance. Anyway, so great pickup for Team Honda there, even though he's still riding McCallie right now to finish out his contract. But great pickup. Kid was super fast. Got a shit start second moto yesterday and came from last place up to second. So good on him. Ryder D looked okay yesterday. Wasn't overly impressed with him, but still looked all right. And then you had such a drop off. I mean, you had Daxton Bennett. He looked okay.
Gavin Towers
was okay. Logan Bass was
Patrick,
all right.
yeah, there was Patrick Murphy, Kimball Jett, Jaden Clough. I mean, there was a decent amount of amateur guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like when they go to the Paul round, you're going to see more names that you would recognize as an amateur. I mean, Chance Hymas outside of Preston Kilroy and Levi Kitchen and Jace Kessler was the top finishing A rider at Loretta. So like people know him, people know Ryder D, Bennick, Gavin Towers. But like when you go to the West Coast, you know, you're gonna see a lot more names that are bigger, like Luke Colaxian. You know, you're gonna see Brad West. You're gonna see a lot of dudes. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a great idea. 25 plus 2, not the normal 20 plus 1. You know, obviously not 30 plus 2 as you get a national, but I mean,
look, if we're going to do it, we need to not be half pregnant, okay? We don't need to throw it together last second, put a press release out 2 days before, and then do the shit we're doing. We need to do an EMX series. We need to go back to 2-day nationals, practice on Friday or Saturday, and then the race on Saturday or Sunday. And on Friday, in between practices, we need to have the fucking dudes, the amateurs out there, or even have them out there. Let's go back. Let's even make it a 1-day thing, just like we're still doing.
yeah.
There needs to be a 25-minute moto plus 2 laps for the amateurs in between the first sets of motos and the second sets of motos.
Well,
That's what needs to happen. Gives the guys more time between motos, which is helpful because let's face it, we were in the pits today. It's fucking chaos between motos.
Well, that's the thing too. What bothers me is they made a big deal about this. They did it Friday. Don't get me wrong; it's a great idea. But like Travis said, don't throw it like a week to go. Like it's fucking stupid. Nobody knows about it. You know, whatever. Doesn't give people time to like register for it. But not only that, but like you know, they try to make like an actual like stick and ball combine. You know, they had trainers there. You know, they had nutritionists. You know, they were hanging out with teams. But that's the thing though is guys like Chance Hymas, Ryder D, Gavin Towers, Daxton Bennett, like they've been hanging out with teams. They have their own nutritionists. They have their own, you know.
They have all that stuff.
Yeah, they already know what that is. The thing that they're not going to talk about is, okay, we did the 25 plus 2. Well, that's the only thing that's different. But it's still not 30 plus 2. And then the problem too is that there's not as many dudes out there. There's only 17 there. The huge disparity in talent from the first 5 to the 5 through 17. So the track's not going to get as rough because there's not as many dudes out there. B, they don't prep it the same way. They didn't prep the track on Friday the way they would do for National. So it's like, okay, the only difference is you put them in front of more people and you up the time of the moto to a little bit more than an amateur national. Aside from that, nothing yesterday was like an actual national. So it's like, cool. Like, awesome. Like, we upped the time of the moto more. And it's still not the length of an actual pro national. So it didn't really matter. Like, I've been harping on this shit for a long time. Like, it makes no sense.
I'm okay with the time, with the length too, but you need to do it at every round.
Well, and like I said, I don't have a problem with either. 25 plus 2, it is what it is. But like I said, though, that track yesterday, it's not the same as it would be for a pro national. So really, the guys aren't learning anything as far as like how to approach the racetrack, how to attack the track, knowing when to settle in, knowing when to push, knowing what to do when you get into lappers and start using your brain more because, oh, this line's blown out, and in the next lap, okay, it formed up. Like, the time thing, that's small. Like, the other shit is what matters. And you didn't get it yesterday. Like, that's not how it's going to be in a national. So, that was my issue with it.
Yep. So, anyway, anything else?
Yeah, I mean, calm down, buddy.
Race car.
Pole winners. Who do you think wins?
I think Jet wins 250, and I guess I'm going to go with Dylan on the 450 because I just don't see anybody stopping Dylan at this point.
Yeah, I think Dylan wins 450 and 250. I mean, I don't know. You know what? I'll just, because I don't want to say the same thing, because I don't think J-Mark's going to be there, because I think that's the last we saw of him. I'll say Bozeman wins it.
Okay, sure. Bold move, Cotton. Bold move.
I don't want to be on the same. I want to be different than you.
Lame. All right, this has been another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, episode number 179. Thanks to all our sponsors: TLR Coatings, Premier Custom Trailers, BC.Pizza, Complete Racing Solutions. Alias Sports, the Dirt Bike Cycle, the Dirt Bike Depot, and JT Cycle. Thanks to you guys for tuning in. We will be back next week with a normal show in studio.
Sorry, this was a shitty show, guys.
Yep, our bad, but whatever. So anyway, and yeah, thanks for tuning in. Links in the description to help us out. Follow us on social media. Like, subscribe, comment, and we will see y'all next week.